Welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 507. Tonight what we're doing is a little glute activation, getting that butt firing, which I'm sure so many of you have been told out there to work on. I see a lot of people running around doing the banded glute walk, glute exercises. These are all great things, but what I like to do prior to getting to the vertical position is to start horizontal, laying down on our stomach. And the reason being is because one of the primary faults that I see when we're standing up doing our glute activation drills is that we are not getting full hip extension. And as we know, the glutes, especially the glute max, right, is a hip extender, external rotator. Obviously, medes are abductors, but really what we're trying to work on is glute medius and glute max. So we need to get a lot of hip extension, all right? We need to get some external rotation and activation of abduction. We need to bring our legs apart. What we're gonna do today is, like I said, start on our stomach. So what you're gonna need is, you're gonna need a pad, an ab mat pad, and a nice light band. So set up first, of course, right? We got ourselves the lightest band we can. We have one loop right here. We are going to twist and double that sucker up like that, right? From right there, we stick both legs through, okay? So you're gonna take one loop and put it underneath, right there. One loop and put it underneath, right there. So you basically have one around the ankles, all right, and one around the feet. Now if you notice, if I just bring my legs out, what happens? My toes get pushed inwards, right? And it's not a hard, all right, it's not a hard stimulus, it's just there, because this is gonna allow me to press against it and get that activation into external rotation that I'm looking for, all right? So we start onto our stomach like such. You're gonna wanna put the ab mat pretty much right underneath your pelvis, especially the guys where they'll feel like they're jamming their junk into the ground. We don't necessarily wanna do that. So here's the thing, we wanna lay completely flat. And the reason being is because when people do this, what they tend to do is overactivate the back, all right? When we do like Superman type exercises, that's not what today's drill is about. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start nice and relaxed on our stomach, okay? Our toes are gonna be pointed downwards. The first thing we're gonna do is just squeeze our butt, which is going to extend our legs. And you see how my knees come off the ground, okay? So that's them down, that's them up, okay? So from right there, I just have a little bit of glute activation. Now, from there, I'm gonna squeeze my quads to brace my lower extremity, right? I wanna turn my legs into pegs. From right there, once I have my quads squeezed and my glutes kind of braced to keep my knees off the ground, from right there, I'm just gonna elevate just a little bit my entire legs, both of them. Now the movement comes through the hip joint, which means it's gotta feel like I'm pushing my privates, my crotch, into the ground, because if not, if I try to lift from there, I tend to overactivate the back. So I don't want this, okay? I want this. That's why we put the pad there, okay? It lessens on any irritation that you might get. So, one more time. Our legs are nice and loose for right now. Our toes are pointed downwards, okay? From right there, we squeeze our glutes just to raise our knees off the ground. We contract and brace with our quads. And from right there, we're gonna raise our legs up about an inch to an inch and a half. Then we're gonna abduct and point our toes out. So we're gonna externally rotate and hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. The cycle starts anew. I'm lifting up my head so I can talk to you guys, but ideally, you're just gonna be just like this because you want your entire upper body to be as relaxed as possible. I'll try to show it to you like this. First, it's the contraction of the glutes, which extend the knees, all right? Make the legs straight. Then I brace with the quads. From right there, I extend at the hip joint, externally rotate my toes by pointing them out, abduct by bringing my legs apart. You notice that I'm not going like that. It's just enough to turn on the tissue, just to give me that little bit of burn. 3, 2, 1, and relax, okay? One last time, I'll show it in real time this time. Squeeze the butt, tighten the quads, lift at the hip, externally rotate, hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. The goal for tonight, guys, is to get a complete 1 set of 30 repetitions, 3-second hold, okay? So every time, reset about a second, second and a half in between each set, but 30 reps, 1 set, see how you do it. Until tomorrow, guys, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.